Hey, let's start out with the math joke of the day. What did the lines do at the gym to avoid each other? They used the parallel bars. No comments from the peanut gallery, please. So, lesson 4.9, slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. Objectives today are to identify and graph parallel and perpendicular lines and write equations to describe lines, parallel or perpendicular to a given line. Vocabulary. Let's write down a definition for parallel and perpendicular. I think you guys know, but we will reassure you that you're talking about the right thing. Let's look at these two. It says farmers market fees, total fees, and time spent. To sell a particular farmer's market for a year, to sell at the farmer's market, there's a $100 membership fee. Then you pay $3 for each hour that you sell. However, if you were a member the previous year, the membership fee is reduced to $50. So you can see a starting fee of $100, that's our y-intercept, and a starting fee of $50, comparing the two. Either you were a member last year or you're a new member this year. At any rate, it's $3 per hour. The red line shows the total cost if you are a new member. The blue line shows the total cost if you are a returning member. Notice that they have the same slope, which is representing the cost per hour. These two lines are parallel because they have the same slope. They have no points in common, and they do not intersect. Here are the words and pictures for definition of what it means to be parallel. Two different non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. All different vertical lines are parallel. So if we see any vertical lines, we know that equation looks like x equals the intercept, and we know all vertical lines are parallel. Identify which lines are parallel. So we're going to be comparing slopes. Let's look at the first one. Y equals 5/3 x minus 2. Y equals 1x. Y equals 5/3 x plus 4, and y equals 1x plus 1. The lines described by this equation and this. Notice they have different y-intercepts, but their slopes are the same. And the two lines with a single x, when y is isolated, they each have a slope of 1. These lines are parallel as well. So they've graphed these lines for you, and we can see visually that the two lines in red have a slope of 1, and the two lines in blue have a slope of 5/3. Identify which lines are parallel here. Write all equations in slope-intercept form first so that we can see the slopes. We can see the first one is in slope-intercept form. The second one is in slope-intercept form. But our third one is in standard form. We're going to have to isolate the y. We're going to start by subtracting 2x and then dividing by 3. We get y by itself, and we can see that that slope is negative 2/3. We're going to take the final equation, distributing the 3 to both terms, subtracting the 1. We can see an equation of y equals 3x minus 10. Looking at these lines, I can see negative 2/3 for this slope and negative 2/3 for this slope, indicating they would be parallel lines. And these two have dissimilar slopes, therefore they are not parallel to each other. You guys check it out 1A. We're going to graph all 4 of these lines to determine which are parallel. So let's go ahead and first put these into slope-intercept form. I can see the first one is, second one is, third one is. We have a bit of a different equation there. So let's take a look at these. These guys are parallel. We can see that they are in slope-intercept form, and each slope is indicated by the coefficient of x, which is 2. They each have a slope of 2. indicating that they are parallel. This equation x equals 1 and y equals -4 are not parallel. That's a different property we're going to talk about. They look as though they are perpendicular. Notice the equations of those lines. One is a function, y equals -4, but x equals 1 is not. It doesn't pass the vertical line test. And check it out, 1b, identify which of these lines are parallel and come back and check your answer. So we want to write all of them in slope-intercept form. The first one is. The second one's in standard form. This one is in slope-intercept form. And this one is in point-slope form. Write all of them. So we're going to take the one in standard form, -3x plus 4, and we're going to isolate y by adding 3x and dividing by 4. We get y equals 3/4 x. Let's look at that slope and that slope. We can see that those will be parallel. For this last one in point slope form, we're going to distribute the 3 on the right hand side to simplify. By adding 1 to both sides, we get a slope of 3. Y equals 3x plus 7 in slope-intercept form. So the lines -3x plus 4y and 3/4 x plus 8 have the same slope, but they're not parallel. They are the same line. So this is something we have to make sure we follow the problem through all the way to the end. We can see that these are exactly the same line. Therefore, they do not qualify as parallel. And we're looking at the line y equals 3x and y minus 1 equals 3 times x plus 2. I can see that slope in there. I know that adding 1 is not going to affect my slope. A 3 and a 3 indicate each line has the same slope. We're going to show that this parallelogram JKLM is truly a parallelogram. And I can see this line parallel to that. I know that each equation is a y equals. This is y equals 3. This is y equals -1. So I know that those two are parallel. We're going to check the other two lines. We're going to take the slope here of JM and the slope of KL, and we're going to compare them. MJ and KL each indicating a slope of 4. Therefore, we have a parallelogram. We're going to show that this parallelogram is truly a parallelogram. You guys, I can see that I go from 0, 2 to 4, 2. The only thing we need to prove for this problem is that side AD is parallel to BC. So we're going to go ahead and use our slope formula. AD, take the y value, -3 minus 2, and the x value, -3 minus 0. And we conclude that slope to be 5/3. We're going to do the same thing for the line segment BC. -3 minus 2, notice they're working from the bottom, and 1 minus 4. Negative over negative yields a positive slope, and we get the same slope. Therefore, we have proven ABCD is a parallelogram. Perpendicular lines now have a different concept. We know that those lines intersect at a 90-degree angle. Well, that's easy to see and guesstimate, and we can see from this example that a horizontal and a vertical line will always present a case of perpendicular lines. Two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if the product of their slopes is -1. Let me restate that. The product of the slopes is -1. So let's look at this first slope, -2/3, and this slope, 3/2. If I were to multiply those together, 2 times 3 over 3 times 2, 6 over 6, negative times a positive is -1. Let's identify which of these lines are perpendicular. Well, we know that a y equals and an x equals will always be perpendicular. This is horizontal, this is vertical. We need to check these two lines. So we graphed the first two that we talked about. We're going to check the second two lines. We have a slope of 3. This is our negative 1/3. And this is our positive 3. And we can just tell that 3 and negative 1/3, if we were to multiply those two together, we would see that they give us a product of negative 1. Thank you. We can also tell by the fact that one slope is the negative reciprocal of the other slope. This one is 3/1. This one is negative 1/3. That's our indicator. A product of negative 1. Identify which of these lines are perpendicular. We're talking about the last two we did. Positive 3, negative 1/3, definitely a product of negative 1. So let's check it out. Example 3, identify which are perpendicular and show all of your work. Well, we're going to look at, we know this is a horizontal line, and we do see a vertical line. We know that those two will always form perpendicular intersection. Let's consider the other two. In our point slope form, we can see distributing the 5 to both terms inside parentheses and then adding 6, we get y equals 5x plus 10, and a slope of 5 over 1 and a slope of negative 1 over 5 will also yield a pair of perpendicular lines. We can see that their product is negative 1. Let's show that this is a right triangle. You guys need to prove that one pair of lines is perpendicular. I would guess that AB and AC would have a chance of forming a 90-degree angle. Go ahead and show your work by calculating the slope from A to B and A to C. We take our slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Do the same thing for line segment AC, and we can compare those two slopes. By finding their product of negative 1, we can conclude that this is a right triangle because there's a 90-degree angle. Go ahead and check out your assignment on PowerSchool. And we're almost done with the lesson, so let's make sure we're reviewing those past lessons. And we'll be doing 410 tomorrow, and we'll see you right back here.